After taking game one of the series last night, the Springfield Drifters are back in action tonight against the Cowlitz Black Bears. Hello and welcome to historic Story Field. My name is Knight Uretsky, your play-by-play man for the Springfield Drifters. And yesterday was a great victory for the Drifters. It was their second come-from-behind victory of the week as they came from behind down 4-0 early on to win the game 6-5 against Cowlitz. It was the win for game number one of the series, and today the Drifters win. They're going to win their third series in their past four series overall, as this team has won two of their last three, only dropping one to Yakima, who's in last place. But this is a team that beat Corvallis, that was first overall in the WCL South, and were playing in a game against they won a series against Victoria, who was one of the top teams in the North Division. Victoria, they've definitely tailed off after the past 10 games. But Victoria, nonetheless, a really quality opponent. They got some games against the Cowlitz Black Bears. Now, this game two of the series is very important, especially with the standings. Cowlitz currently 13-17 overall. Springfield 12-18. That means that the Drifters are half a game back from Cowlitz currently right now in the WCL South standings. And so, if the Drifters win today, they have a chance to move up in the standings. Springfield currently 7th overall in the WCL South. They're 7 games out of first place, which is currently held by Corvallis and Ben, both tied for that first base position. Cowlitz, they're the 5th team right now, tied with Walla Walla. Both those teams 6.5 games out of first place, and so Springfield today, they beat the Black Bears. They're going to move up in the standings. It's a big opportunity today because they could win another series overall. Game one was a very competitive one between the two clubs. Ultimately, though, Springfield came out on top. 11 hits overall for the Drifters, but 6 runs was the difference, and it was a 2 RBI hit by Trevor Anderson in the 8th inning to put the Drifters ahead, and that was the difference maker. Let's go ahead and read you today's starting lineups. Sam Canton going to get the start in left field for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Brock Rosette going to bat in the second spot right behind him at the shortstop position. Austin Smith going to be the right fielder in the 3-hole spot. Callan Halverson, the DH today. Nick Hovland is going to be the third baseman. Cade McGee, the first baseman, batting in the 6th spot. Aaron Parker, the catcher today. He's the brother of Springfield Drifter outfielder Ben Parker. Seth Sweetchick, is going to be the 8-hole hitter. Ben Ziegler, who was leading off yesterday, gets moved down to the 9th spot after going 0 for 4, his second hitless game in the past 3. For the other side on Springfield, Cannon Reeder is going to lead things off. Trevor Anson going to be in the 2 spot. Dane Frazier going to be playing third base in the 3-hole. Jake Dodge is going to be the first baseman today, batting on the cleanup spot. Ryan Hayes, his second game back from that injury. He's going to be the DH today, batting in the 5 spot. Ryan Fowler is going to be back behind the plate. Isaiah Thomas is making his Drifters debut today. It's going to be his first game in live action since the College World Series in 2021. It's his first game overall in 374 days, and man, oh man, am I excited to see Isaiah Thomas today. Sheehan O'Connor is going to be the shortstop for the Drifters, batting in the 8th spot, and then Mac Moyer is going to be the 9-hole hitter in left field to round out the starting lineup. On the hill for the Springfield Drifters is going to be Jay Stoffel. It's going to be his 4th start overall, 5th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 3.44 ERA. 15 2/3 innings pitched, while striking out 14 and walking only 5. He had his best performance of the year 2 games ago against Walla Walla, where he threw 6 innings, didn't allow a single run, and struck out 7. On the other side for Cowlitz, they're going to throw Ryan Hardman, the right-hander from Utah Tech. This is going to be his 5th start overall. He's 1-2 with a 4.50 ERA and 20 innings pitched. He has 15 strikeouts and just 1 walk overall. So a big strikeout guy, not a lot of walks. So that'll do it for us here on this pregame show. Those are the starting lineups for today. Drifters versus Black Bears coming up here on the Drifters live stream. Welcome back to Historic Story Field. Knight Uretsky, your play-by-play man, here with the Springfield Drifters as the Drifters are taking on the Cowlitz Black Bears in a big game in the WCL South. Springfield 13-18 overall, taking on Cowlitz, who's 13-17, just a half a game ahead of the Drifters today. And if the Drifters win, they can move up in the standings. Currently, Springfield number 7. Cowlitz is tied for 5th with Walla Walla right now, and so Springfield could potentially be in that 5 spot by the end of the night, but they're going to have to win game number 2 of this series. They won game number 1 yesterday 6-5. It was an impressive come-from-behind victory for Springfield. They trailed early on 4-0. They chipped at the lead inch by inch. They ended up tying the game. They gave up the lead 5-4, but they came back and ended up winning the game 6-5 overall. They got game number 1, and if they win tonight, they're going to win their 3rd series in their past 4. They won the series against Corvallis, dropped the one against Yakima. Then they came back, won the series against Victoria earlier this week, and today, if they beat the Black Bears, they're going to win their 3rd series in 4 games. Starting lineup for Springfield, Cannon Reeder going to lead things off. Trevor Anderson in the 2 spot. Dane Frazier going to be the 3-hole hitter. Jake Dodge in the cleanup position. Ryan Hage is going to be the DH in the 5 spot. Ryan Fowler is going to be the catcher today in the 6 spot. Isaiah Thomas batting 7th. Sheehan O'Connor in the 8 spot. And Mac Moyer rounds out the lineup. On the mound is going to be Ryan Hardman, the right-hander from Utah Tech, formerly Dixie State College. As the right-hander is getting his 5th start today. Cannon Reeder going to lead things off for the Drifters. Springfield wearing the blue uniforms today, going against Cowlitz wearing the green ones. The first pitch to Cannon Reeder misses low and away, and it's 1-0 to Cannon Reeder. Hardman this season 1-2 with a 4.50 ERA. He's thrown 20 innings, 15 strikeouts, just 1 walk. The 1-0 misses below the knees for Cannon Reeder, and it's now 2-0 to the center fielder. Cowlitz in the outfield. Sam Cannon going to be in left field. Ben Ziegler is going to be in center field. Austin Smith in right field. As the 2-0 pitch to Reeder is looked at, called a strike right on the low outside part of the plate. It's now 2-1 to Reeder. In the infield, Nick Hovland is going to be the 3rd baseman. Brock Brosette, the shortstop. Seth Sweetchick going to be the 2nd baseman. Cade McGee, the 1st baseman behind the plate. Aaron Parker. The 2-1, fastball in there for a strike right at the knees. And it's now 2-2 to Cannon Reeder. Reeder just a 181 batting average on the year. He does have 8 doubles, though, over half his hits going for extra bases. 3 RBIs total. The 2-2, and Reeder's going to chop this towards the left side. Hovland comes in, fields it on a hop, throws over to first, and Reeder's retired on a ground out to start for Springfield. It'll bring up Trevor Anson, who was the hero last night. Had a big hit in the 8th inning to put the Drifters ahead. It was a 2 RBI single with the bases loaded. His 2nd bases loaded hit of the week to put his team ahead. First pitch to Trevor Anson, going to miss outside, and it's now 1-0 to Anson. It was a good hit for him as it broke a poor night at the plate. He had 2 strikeouts and 2 double plays he hit into. Anson's going to line this towards left field, and it's going to drop in the shallow left field as Anson's aboard with a hit, and he now has a 4-game hit streak after struggling at the plate at the beginning part of the year, batting just 196. He has 3 hits in his past 3 games and make it 4 today with that single here in the 1st, and it puts a run with 1 out for the Drifters. 0-0 the score, top of the 1st inning. And it'll bring up Dane Frazier. Frazier, one of the best hitters for Springfield on the road. Had an impressive night yesterday, 2 for 5 with a double. They go back to first, checking on Anderson. He's in there safely. Still waiting the first pitch is Dane Frazier. It's another multi-hit day for Dane Frazier, especially on the road. He's gone on a tear. First pitch to Frazier, in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Frazier on the road this season, 13 for 29. He has a 448 batting average. Compare that to his total batting average, 282. But, man, on the road, he is a monster. Had a couple 3 for 5 performances against Yakima. Again, yesterday, 2 for 5 with the double. Hardman goes back to first. Anson there safely as the ball squirted free from the first baseman, Cade McGee. 0-1 the count, 1 out, runner at first. Dane Frazier, the 3-hole hitter at the plate. Ryan Hardman on the mound.
eventual game-winning run, Isaiah Thomas, as the Drifters took game number 1. The Black Bears landed for most of that game.
Here's the 0-1 to Frazier. Looked at, called a strike, and it's now 0-2. It's very interesting seeing some players just be able to hit the ball a little bit better on the road. Frazier not able to have success at home, but when he goes on the road, it really is a different mentality for him. It all got started back in that series against Bend. Had a great performance that weekend, kept him in the lineup, but Frazier cuts through it. Throw back to first, and Anson's out on a back pick. To strike him out, throw him out for the Cowlitz Black Bears. A disastrous play for Springfield, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Drifters offensively in a unique fashion. We head now to the bottom of the first inning, 0-0 the score. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Welcome back to historic Story Field. The Springfield Drifters scoreless in that top of the first inning after it was a strike him out, throw him out with Dane Frazier and Trevor Anderson on the base path. That means that the Cowlitz Black Bears are going to come up for the bottom of the first inning. Their lineup, Sam Canton going to be in left field, Brock Bozette the 2-hole hitter in the shortstop position, Austin Smith going to be the 3-hole hitter, Callan Halverson the DH in the 4 spot, Nick Hovland going to be the 3rd baseman in the 5-hole position, Cade McGee the 1st baseman, then Aaron Parker going to be in the 7th spot, Seth Sweetchick going to be in the 8-hole, and then Ben Ziegler, who led off yesterday, he's going to be in the 9th spot for the Cowlitz Black Bears. They'll be facing off against the right-hander in Jace Stoffel. It's going to be his final start with the Springfield Drifters, as it's going to be his end of his contract. First pitch from Stoffel, in there for a strike, swing and a miss from Canton. It's 0-1. Stoffel this year, this is his 4th start overall, his 5th appearance. 1-0 with a 3.44 ERA. Second pitch is going to be fouled off by Canton, and it's now 0-2 to the left fielder. 15 2/3 innings pitched for Stoffel, 14 strikeouts, 5 walks overall. So here's Canton, the leadoff hitter. He was 2 for 5 yesterday with an RBI and strikeout. He'll go down on a strikeout to start here as Stoffel picks up strikeout number 1. 3 straight strikes, 1 out. Defensively for the Springfield Drifters, left field is going to be Mac Moyer, center field is going to be Cannon Reeder, right field Isaiah Thomas, third base Dane Frazier, shortstop Shane O'Connor, second baseman Trevor Anderson, first baseman Jake Dodge. First pitch to Brock Bozette, grounded right back to Stoffel, he knocks it down, throws over to first, and Bozette's out on a ground out. That's a 1-3 play, and quickly 2 are gone. 4 pitches, 2 outs for Jay Stoffel. So bring up Austin Smith, the right fielder, the 3-hole hitter for the Black Bears. 2 for 5 yesterday with 2 runs scored. The product from UC San Diego. First pitch to Smith. Fastball high and away, and it's 1-0. Smith this season a .343 batting average, one of the tops on his team. 3 doubles, 10 RBIs. But he just has 2 hits in 4 of his last 6 games. He's going to line this towards left field. Mac Moyer not moving a step. claps the glove, and the inning is over. Strikeout, ground out, fly out for Jay Stoffel. 3 up, 3 down for the Black Bears. We head to the second inning, 0-0 the score. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Top of the second inning, 0-0 the score from here in Longview. Jake Dodge, Ryan Hayes, Ryan Fowler, a couple of Ryans in the lineup. Due up for the Drifters, that's 4, 5, and 6 after one hit, but a strike him out, threw him out, made it a 1-2-3 inning. First pitch to Jake Dodge, grounded to the right side. Sweet Chick picks it up, throws over to first, and Dodge is out on a ground out. Dodge getting back to his old self. First pitch swing, and that time unsuccessful as he rolls it over to the right side. So we'll bring up Ryan Hayes, the DH. This is going to be his second game since coming back from that injury. He had a knee injury that kept him out since June 15th. Got the start in game number 2 against Victoria. Now getting the start today as the DH. First pitch to him, a fastball inside, called for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Ryan Hayes. Hayes overall in that game, he went 1 for 2 with a double on Tuesday. It was great to see him back in action and battling back from that injury, which he had been working on all summer. The 0-1 to Hayes, he reaches for it, fouls it away, and it's 0-2. We have yet to see him behind the plate, but we've seen him at the DH spot. He has a powerful bat that we saw early on in the season, had that walk-off hit against Bend to start the year. His first hit as a Drifter, the first walk-off hit for the Drifters. As he has an 0-2 count here, he'll foul it back, and it's still 0-2. Overall in the year, he's now 8 for 44 for a 182 average. But 4 of his 8 hits have been doubles, and we saw that yesterday. His ability to get the extra bases at the plate. And he has an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball runs high and inside, and it's now 1-2 to Ryan Hayes.
Hayes 2 for 9 in the first series against Cowlitz at the beginning of June over a month ago.
Here's the 1-2. Slider away, and it's now 2-2. Hardman on the mound. He's the pitcher for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Pitched at Dixie State the past 2 years. His first year didn't really go so well despite having 10 starts overall, as the 2-2 from Hayes is going to be hit out towards right field. Sprinting over is Smith, and he can't get to it. Sweet Chick was there in the area as well, but they all kind of converged, and it was kind of no man's territory as it dropped in foul territory. We'll do the 2-2 one more time. Hardman, his freshman year at Dixie State, he started 10 of his 15 games he appeared in. He had a 3-6 record, but get this, he had an 8.66 ERA. That 8.66 ERA was actually second on Dixie State's team, a really, really high staff ERA there at that college. Dixie State this past year just changed their name, and they are now known as Utah Tech. So after spending his first 2 years at Dixie State, they'll be the Utah Tech team next year. 2-2 the count to Ryan Hayes, 1 out overall in the top of the second. Nobody on for the DH. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's going to be a strikeout for Ryan Hayes. It's the second strikeout for Ryan Hardman, and he wins the battle of the Ryans. So we'll bring up another Ryan. It's going to be Ryan Fowler. Man, we've had 3 Ryans in the past 2 at-bats, and here's Ryan Fowler, the catcher today. First pitch to Fowler. He's going to hit it towards the left side of the field. Slicing foul and goes foul. 1-1. Fowler, the catcher from Tacoma Community College, 4 for 16 overall in the air with an RBI. Does have 5 walks. He's a late addition to the team after spending a little bit of time with the CCLST and the Bend Elks. Fowler cuts through a pitch, and it's now 0-2 to him. Fowler's done a really great job on the defensive end for the Drifters as a catcher. Had a little bit of impact at the plate. Here's the 0-2. Fowler rolls it over to the right side. Fielding it is McGee. He'll flip it over to Hardman, and he'll tap on the first base bag. And that'll do it for the top of the second inning. 3 up, 3 down. One more time for the Drifters. Second strikeout overall for Ryan Hardman. We head to the bottom of the second. We're knotted at 0. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Three straight 1, 2, 3 innings to start. We faced the minimum so far, and that means Callan Halverson, Nick Hovland, Cade McGee, 4, 5, and 6 are going to be due up for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Again, this is a very important game in the WCL South standings. Springfield 7 games out of first place. Cowlitz 6.5. The Black Bears just half a game in front of Springfield. And the Drifters are hoping to win today, get the series victory. It'll be their 3rd series victory in the past 4. They're hoping to move up in the standings. Stoffel back on the mound as the first pitch to Halverson's misses. Low and away, and it's now 1-0. Halverson yesterday, 1 for 5 with an RBI yesterday. Overall in the year, a .303 batting average. Looks at a pitch, called a strike right down the heart of the plate. It's now 1-1. Halverson, he's only had 5 games without a hit this year. He's been very impressive at the plate. Sees a slider that gets fouled back right at the plate, and it's now 1-2.
1-2. Halverson hitting 176 over his last 5 games. The average still at .303. Guthrie, Oklahoma native.
Halverson from Guthrie, Oklahoma, goes to Utah Valley as the pitch runs inside, and it's now 2-2. Just committed to Utah Valley in April. Spent a couple of years at Northern Oklahoma College, where he had a successful career there. Batted .351 this past year. As he looks at a pitch, high from Stoffel, and the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Stoffel. Jammed up, hit out towards the right side of the field, shallow right field, and it drops right over Jake Dodge, but they call it foul.
Chris Castro, the first base umpire, right there to make the call.
Castro, the first base umpire, and he calls it foul right at the chalk. It's a close play. Dodge, Anson, and the right fielder Thomas all converging. He had the best eyes, and Castro calls it foul. That means that Halverson will have to step back up to the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
8 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs for him. Leading 30 RBIs.
Here's the 3-2, and Stoffel loses control of the slider that time. Ran high and inside on Halverson, and the Black Bears get their first batter aboard of today. Nobody on, or nobody out here in the second, excuse me. So bring up Nick Hovland. Hovland came into the game yesterday, replaced John Olson. Had a 1 pinch hit at bat, and he went 0 for 1. Stoffel out of the stretch for the first time as the first pitch is sent out towards center field. Cannon Reeder drifting over to the left side, makes the catch. He'll throw it in. Heading back to first is Halverson, and Hovland's out on a fly out here in the second. Bottom of the second, runner at first in Halverson, and it brings up Cade McGee with one out. So Stoffel, one pitch out of the stretch, works his way, a fly out. And here's Cade McGee, who yesterday went 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Stoffel goes back to first, and there safely is Halverson. You'll see that a lot from the Drifters pitchers. They love to keep an eye on the batters and runners at first. The team that is very cautious about base runners. First pitch, going to be hit out towards right center field. Now right field, Thomas gets under it. He'll make the catch, and the second out is recorded. Back-to-back flyouts from Jay Stoffel. And it brings up Aaron Parker, the catcher. A little bit of sibling rivalry happening today. Parker, the brother of Drifters outfielder Ben Parker. Parker, of course, has been injured for a majority of the year. Ben Parker, that is. Aaron Parker, though, he's been playing for the Black Bears. He gets the start tonight. First pitch from Stoffel, in there for a strike, 0-1. Aaron Parker, .256 batting average. Has one double, a home run, and 6 RBIs total on the year. Last played Thursday against Portland and went 2 for 5. He's going to line it to right field, right down the right field line. It's fair. Digging for 2, and now 3 is Halverson. They're going to wave him from third. Going into second is Parker. The throw comes in from Thomas in right field, not in time. It's an RBI double for Aaron Parker, and the Black Bears take the lead early, 1-0. Halverson goes first to home on the hit. Parker into second with the RBI double, and it'll bring up Seth Sweetchick, the second baseman. So here's Sweetchick facing off against Stoffel with a runner in scoring position at second. 1-0 the Black Bears lead after their first hit of the game goes to Parker, and it's an RBI double. First pitch to Sweetchick, curveball in there for a strike, 0-1. So Seth Sweetchick, he's a son of a legend here in Longview. His father, Rick Sweet, currently a AAA baseball manager for the Nashville Sound. His dad's name, Rick Sweet, is on the center field wall as the first pitch is fouled off. And it's 0-2. Rick Sweet was actually from Longview, ended up having a successful career in the MLB and now in the MILB as a manager. Now his son, Seth, gets to play here at Story Field, a really awesome accomplishment for that family. 0-2 the count, runner at second. Stoffel set. Here's the 0-2. Gets past Ryan Fowler, the catcher, as it goes into the left-handed hitter's batter's box. Heading over to third is Parker. It's a 1-2 count. But now a runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Black Bears. Seth Sweetchick this season just 3 for 32. That's a 136 batting average. He's been hitless in 5 out of 8 games he's played this season. Here's the 1-2. Popped in the air and drifting out of play, foul. We'll do the 1-2 one more time. One, two the count. Stoffel set at the waist. Here's the pitch. Fouled back off the glove of Fowler. We'll do it one more time. Ryan Fowler, the catcher today, he's probably the best defensive catcher on this Drifters team. It was a rare pass ball from him. But Stoffel with a little bit of trouble with his command so far here in the second inning. It was a 1-2-3 first for him. Here's a 1-2. Off speed, got him to swing right through it. It's a strikeout for Stoffel, his second of the afternoon, but 1 hit and 1 RBI for Aaron Parker and the Black Bears as they take the lead early, 1-0. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream, so we head to the third inning. Top of the third inning, 1-0. Cowlitz currently leading. And man, oh man, is this an exciting moment. For the first time since June 30th, 2021, Isaiah Thomas is going to step into the batter's box for an in-game live at-bat. Thomas, he took the past year off after spending his first couple of years at Vanderbilt University. He'll be transferring to the University of Oregon next year, but he's getting his first chops at the plate since that College World Series in 2021. The first pitch to Thomas misses low and away, and it's 1-0 to Isaiah Thomas. It's his first at-bat in 374 days. What an exciting moment for him. The 1-0, Thomas looks at it away, and it's now 2-0 to Isaiah Thomas. He had a very impressive career at Vanderbilt. Oregon fans very excited for him to come in and make an impact next year. Here's the 2-0. Thomas chops it to the left side. Coming in is the shortstop, Bozette. He'll have to field it quickly. Throws to first. And Isaiah Thomas picks up his first hit in 376 days. It's an infield single for the right fielder. And I'm sure that's got to feel good. It's a nice chopper by Thomas. Shows you a little bit of the wheels as he has some speed over at first. And it brings up Sheehan O'Connor, the shortstop. Runner at first, nobody out. O'Connor at the plate. Getting the start today at the shortstop position. He's been in and out of the lineup this year with the Drifters. First pitch to O'Connor. He lifts it towards left field. Coming in a few steps and left is Canton. He gets under it, makes the catch. Heading back to first is Thomas. One pitch, one out to Sheehan O'Connor. And it'll bring up Mac Moyer, the left fielder. This is the second time we're going to see Mac Moyer in this series. Yesterday came to the game, had a pinch hit at bat, did a great job, laid down a sac bunt. Now we'll come up with Isaiah Thomas at first, one out, 1-0 Cowlitz leading. First pitch, Thomas is going to go. Moyer lines this towards left field. Canton gets under it. He'll make the catch along the line. And Thomas doesn't realize that it was a fly ball. He was headed to third, and they throw it to first, and Thomas is doubled up. So it's his first game since June of 2021, and I think that was the inexperience of the play that he's had in the past year, as he didn't realize that the fly ball was caught, and he gets doubled up at first base. Second time today, the Drifters have been doubled up. We head to the bottom of the third inning, 1-0, Cowlitz leading. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Bottom of the third inning, Isaiah Thomas, a little bit of trouble on the base pass, his first game back in over a year, and it results in a double play, and that means that the Black Bears are going to come up to hit here in the third inning. They lead 1-0. Ben Ziegler, Sam Canton, Brock Bozette. First pitch to Ziegler, in there for a strike, fastball low outside part of the plate, 0-1. Ziegler getting the start in the 9 spot today after he went 0 for 4 yesterday. Grounds it right back up towards the mound. Stoffel hits it with his glove. Coming in is O'Connor, but he can't field it. He's going to have to eat it as Ziegler gets an infield single. Just a little bit too high off the bounce as Stoffel tried to reach up and grab it on the mound. Could not, and Ziegler's aboard. Back-to-back innings, the leadoff man's aboard for the Black Bears. And it brings up the top of the order in Sam Canton. Canton so far 0 for 1 with a strikeout swing, and it was 3 pitches from Stoffel. First pitch runs outside, low and away, 1-0. Canton struck out yesterday in a 2 for 5 performance for the Black Bears. Stands in with a runner at first. Nobody out, 1-0. Cowlitz leading. Stoffel nods his head. Here's the 1-0. Off speed, right in the zone. 1-1. Nice off-speed pitch for Stoffel. Stoffel, one of the few pitchers on this team that has a lot of control on his slider. Has some really good stuff on the mound. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Lined foul. 1-2. Canton, 9 RBIs overall in the year. Picked up that 9th one last night, an RBI hit. He was a 3-hole hitter yesterday, but because of that performance and Ziegler's drop in performance, he's moved up in the order. Stoffel steps off the mound. He'll hop back on. 1-2 the count. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Canton goes down swinging for the second time today. 3rd strikeout overall for Jay Stoffel. And now 1 is gone here in the 3rd. 1-0, Cowlitz leading after the RBI double from Aaron Parker in the bottom of the 2nd. So bring up the 2-hole hitter, Brock Bozette. Runner at first. Ziegler there with the infield single to lead things off. Bozette today 0 for 1 with the ground out back to Stoffel. First pitch, grounds it to left side. O'Connor can't field it on a bobble. It looked like he had it momentarily, was going to try to flip it over to Anson at second, but he bobbles it. And that's an error for Sheen O'Connor. O'Connor, one of the leaders in errors on this Drifters team, and there's another one right there. And the Black Bears have a runner in scoring position in Ziegler. Bozette safe at first. Drifters had a couple of errors yesterday. Didn't cost them as they were able to win the game, but they trailed early on at 4-0, and they trail early on here 1-0. This brings up Austin Smith, the right fielder, 0 for 1 today with a line out towards left. Stoffel set at the waist. Grounded up the middle, and here might be the double play call. O'Connor taps on second, throws over to first, and it's a double play that time. O'Connor makes up for the error, has a 6-3 double play himself, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Just a 1 hit for Ziegler. We now head to the 4th inning, 1-0, Cowlitz leading. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Top of the fourth inning, and so far, Ryan Hardman, the right-hander on the mound, has faced the minimum, meaning that Cannon Reeder, Trevor Anson, Dane Frazier, 1, 2, 3 are going to come up for the Drifters. Springfield today has gotten 2 hits. Both times they've gotten a hit, their runner has been doubled up. Saw it last inning with Mac Moyer lining out towards left field. Isaiah Thomas didn't realize the ball had been caught. He was out as he didn't tag out. First pitch to Reeder, misses inside, a fastball from Hardman, and it's 1-0. Reeder today 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman, Hovland. Second pitch to him, off speed, he hits it towards right field on a line, and Smith can't get to it as it drops down for a base hit. Cannon Reeder, the leadoff hitter, aboard with a single, and the Drifters have a runner with speed on here in the fourth. Reeder now has 6 hits in his last 20 at-bats, a great sign for him, batting .300 in that stretch. So we'll bring up Trevor Anson. So far today, 1 for 1 with a single back in the first. Hardman throws back to first, and there safely is Reeder. The Black Bears doing a great job checking in on the runners. They had Anson, who's at the plate right now at first base. They backpicked with Parker, the catcher. Anson was out on a strike him out, throw him out play back in the first. Throw back to first, Reeder there safely. Their tagging is Cade McGee. Hardman working out of the stretch. He comes set. Here's the first pitch to Anson. Pops it in the air. Foul territory. Parker looking at it, looking into the bleachers, and it drops in the bleachers. Nice catch by a fan here. 0-1 to Anson. Anson now on a 4-game hit streak. He was batting just .196 entering tonight. Has been able to string together a couple of hits throughout the past couple of weeks. He's had 1 hit in each of the last 3 games and another hit today. Hasn't had a multi-hit game yet. But this would be a great opportunity for him to have one today after getting a hit in his first at bat. Hardman keeping a big eye on Reeder at first. He's been going right back towards him. 0-1 the count still to Anson. Here's the pitch. Anson gonna line this up the middle. Coming in is Ziegler, and he lets it drop in front of him. Reeder goes to second, and he gets there just a half step before Bozette. It's a smart play by Ziegler to show his glove up, acting like he was gonna come in, make the catch, make Reeder pause for a second, and collect the ball, throw it to second quickly as Bozette was there, but Reeder a half step in front of him. Trevor Anson, his second hit, his first multi-hit game in the past 4. And now the Drifters have a runner in scoring position. Reeder at second, and in steps Dane Frazier. Frazier today 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. First pitch to Frazier, fastball called a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. Frazier yesterday went 2 for 5, had a double yesterday, but he did strike out. It's been a tear on the road. 13 for 30 now. The 0-1. That one fastball low and away, and it's now 1-1 to Dane Frazier. Still batting over .400 on the road is Frazier. And that pinch hit at bat against Wenatchee. His parents were there at the game, gave him a few tips right afterwards to improve his swing, and since then he's turned his season around, especially on the road. Hardman taking his time. He'll have to step off the mound as Frazier calls times. Reeder at second, Anson at first. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Normally in this situation, you'd see the Drifters decide to square one up. But with the way that Frazier's been swinging the bat, you got to think that he's going to try to swing it here. Looks at a pitch low and away, and it's now 2-1 to the right-handed hitter. Hardman down 2-1. He's a guy that really doesn't walk a lot of batters. In fact, all season he's only walked 1 batter, and that was the last game. It was his first time giving up a walk all season. He had 15 strikeouts. How about that strikeout to walk ratio for the pitcher? Here's the 2-1. Frazier fouls it back, and it's 2-2. He's a guy that throws a lot of strikes for pitches. We've seen that so far in this game. Hardman, his last outing, 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 5 hits overall.
Hardman looking for a big punch out.
He's gotten 3 scoreless, but looking to get his first out here in the 4th. 2-2, Frazier grounds it to the third base side, and it's foul as it goes left of the bag.
That would have for sure brought in Cannon Reeder if that stayed fair, but now we'll do it again at 2.
Reeder has speed at second, and so all you need is really just a hit to the outfield to score the runner. It's one of the quicker batters. Hansen over at first. Decent speed as well. Hansen, a former cornerback in high school when he played football. Definitely has a little bit of wheels. 2-2 the count, nobody out. Frazier at the plate, the third baseman. Here's the pitch from Hardman. Frazier, defensive swing, fouls it away. Left off speed, low and away, but Frazier able to put the wood on the ball. We'll do the 2-2 again. 1-0. Cowlitz leading. 4 hits today for Springfield, but they haven't been able to scratch across a run. Here's a 2-2 one more time, and that one runs away low. The count is full to Nane Frazier. Frazier has 9 walks overall on the year. Hardman in danger of issuing his 2nd walk overall on the season. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's the pitch as both runners go, and the pitch misses low and outside. Frazier's going to be aboard with a walk, the 2nd walk of the season for Hardman, and the bases are going to be juiced for Jake Dodge. Reeder heads over to third, Anson over to second, and Frazier to first. And it brings up one of the best hitters for the Drifters this season in Jake Dodge. The UC Santa Barbara commit steps up to the plate. It's going to be his first at-bat second at-bat of the series after grounding out his first at-bat. First pitch, lines it down the right field line, and it goes just foul. Jake Dodge, he's a hitter that is very aggressive. About 60% of the time, you'll see him swing at that first pitch. Their first pitch swinging again. Just not able to get it right down the line as it just drifted right of the chalk. 0-1 the count now to the lefty hitter. 6 doubles overall on the year for Dodge. Batting over 300. Here's the 0-1. That one goes low below the knees for Dodge. Bounces in with Parker behind the plate. 1-1. Springfield has been a team that has struggled to hit with runners in scoring position. They've improved on it over the past couple of weeks. They have bases loaded, nobody out. Here in the top of the 4th. Pitch to Dodge, low and inside, and it's now 2-1 to the first baseman. Dodge, this is his first game since Tuesday. That was against Victoria. Had game number 3 off in the series against the Harbor Cats, as well as game number 2. Had game number 1 yesterday off. Looks at a pitch, called a strike, and it's now 2-2 to Jake Dodge. So 3 games off for the first baseman. A little bit rare to see him not in the lineup, but he gets this start today and looking for a big hit here. 2-2 the count. Corner of the infield comes in, standing on the grass. Here's the pitch to Dodge. Rolls it to the right side, foul. We'll do the 2-2 one more time.
Benches clearing brawl in Yakima Valley last night. Something I wasn't expecting to see in the West Coast League here this summer. Don't really see that in summer collegiate baseball.
Big at bat here. Dodge looking to put the Drifters ahead. It's a meaningful game in the WCL South. The Drifters half a game back from the Black Bears. The 2-2, rope to right, but foul. Dodge is staying alive, fouling off pitches. Trying to square one up. On deck is Ryan Hayes, the DH, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Hardman looking for a strikeout pitch here.
Hardman, the pitcher, comes set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss from Jake Dodge. Fastball high and away, got him to chase and miss. The big strikeout number 1 for Hardman. Strikeout number 3 on the afternoon for the right-hander. And it brings up Ryan Hayes with 1 out, but the base is still loaded for the Drifters. Just mentioned it, Hayes 0 for 1 with a strikeout swing and was the second strikeout victim for Hardman. First pitch to Hayes, slider, pops it in the air towards the right side of the field. Going back is Sweet Chick, not very far into shallow right field. They'll catch it along the line, and nobody's going to be able to advance. 2 big outs for Ryan Hardman with the bases loaded as no runs have come across, and he's 1 out away from getting out of the jam. He'll have to work with Ryan Fowler, the catcher, today. So far, a ground out to the first baseman, Cade McGee. McGee was able to field it, flip it over to the pitcher, Hardman, and that ended the second inning. Fowler at the plate, bases loaded. First pitch to Fowler. He's going to line it to right field. It gets down the line. It's fair. Reeder comes in to score. They wave Anson. He'll come in to score. Frazier over to third, and the Drifters take the lead. It's 2-1. Ryan Fowler, the catcher, down the right field line, a 2 RBI single, and the Drifters get some runs with the bases loaded. This will bring up Isaiah Thomas. Frazier over to third on the play. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Fifth hit of the afternoon for Springfield. And here's Isaiah Thomas, who's 1 for 1 with an infield single. His first game since June of 2021. As the first pitch misses low below the knees, and it's now 1-0 to Thomas. So that hit for him was his first hit in 376 days, his first game back in 374. His final 2 games of his career at Vanderbilt, he had over performances against Mississippi State. So amazing that he's playing baseball again after the first time since the 2021 College World Series. He'll roll one to third, and it's going to be left of the bag. Hovland, the third baseman, there covering. 1-1 to Isaiah Thomas.
49th round selection by the Colorado Rockies in the 2018 MLB draft was rated as the
Thomas has been with the Drifters for a few games. In fact, he's been with the team since Monday. Today is going to be his first start.
Well, Mr. Fundamental, Tim Duncan, a longtime San Antonio Spur legend.
Yesterday, he was the winning run. He came into the game and pinch ran. But he gets his first start today, looking for his first RBI. 1-1 the count. They go back to first in there safely as Fowler. 1-1.
Thomas originally from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Now out of Estacada, Oregon.
1-1 the count. Thomas at the plate. Hardman set. Here's the 1-1, and he fouls it off into the man. 1-2. So Thomas, he'll be headed off to Oregon next year after spending the first couple of years of his career at Vanderbilt. Left the team after the 2021 season. Decided to focus on his mental health. Publicly criticized the Vanderbilt program, trying to make a bounce back in his career. And he'll be heading off to Eugene to do that. He's originally from the state of Oregon, but moved to Florida at a young age. Sees a pitch high and inside. It's now 2-2 to Isaiah Thomas. Moved to Florida when he was about in the 6th grade. Originally spent a lot of his childhood in the Portland area. So he's making his way back to the Beaver State. Now playing with the Drifters this summer. Has a 2-2 count with his team leading 2-1. Here's the pitch. Thomas looks at a pitch outside, and the count's now full. On deck is Sheehan O'Connor, who's 0 for 1 with the flyout. 3 balls, 2 strikes. At third is Frazier. Fowler at first. He'll be going on the pitch. Here's the payoff pitch. Thomas grounds it foul. Asked Thomas if he thought he would be more excited for his first hit or his first catch in the outfield. For him, it was getting that first hit. He got it on an infield single. I'm not sure if he expected that to be his first hit back in over a year, but nonetheless, it was.
Pretty hot all day in the 80s. Down to 71 at first pitch.
3-2 the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch again. Thomas grounds it to left side through the 5-6 hole. It's an RBI single for Isaiah Thomas. Dane Frazier comes in to score, and the Drifters extend the lead. It's 3-1.
3-1 in favor of the Drifters. Isaiah Thomas had 40.
Isaiah Thomas, 2 for 2 in his Drifters debut. An RBI single for him, and that'll bring up a mound meeting with Hardman. On the play, Fowler headed over to second. The mound meeting happening right now. 3 runs in the inning for the Drifters. The first 3 batters got aboard. It was Cannon Reeder on a single, Trevor Anson on a single, and then Dane Frazier walked the bases loaded. It was a little bit of a scary moment for Springfield Drifters fans as Jake Dodge struck out swinging and Ryan Hayes popped up into the infield. Got 2 outs without a run being scored. But back-to-back hits by Ryan Fowler and Isaiah Thomas have given the Springfield Drifters the lead 3-1 as they take control of this meaningful game in the WCL South.
As well. That's coming up post-game after Friday's game, 6:05.
So bring up Sheehan O'Connor. The shortstop steps up to the plate. We just mentioned 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. As he'll see the first pitch and swings right through it 0-1.
O'Connor a fly out to Sam Canton back an inning ago.
So O'Connor, he goes to Everett Community College. Originally went to East Lake High School up in the Seattle area. Here's the 0-1. Lifted towards the right side of the field in the infield. Undering it is McGee, the first baseman. He'll make the catch, but the inning is over. Springfield, 4 hits and 3 runs in the inning. They leave 2 runners on. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-1, Springfield leads. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1. Springfield leading after a 3-run top of the 4th inning for the Drifters, in which they brought 8 men up to the plate. 4 of them got hits and 3 of them scored. 3-1 they lead. Jay Stoffel back on the mound, set to face off against Callan Halverson, Nick Hovland, Cade McGee. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. First pitch from Stoffel, fouled off, jammed him inside, and it's 0-1 to Halverson. Halverson so far today reached on a walk and then came around to score on the RBI double by Aaron Parker. It was a 2 RBI hit by the catcher. The 0-1, Halverson fouls it away, and it's now 0-2. So Halverson, he'll be headed off to Utah Valley next year. It's in the Provo area in Orem, Utah. The 0-2 looked at, just misses outside, 1-2. Ryan Fowler, the catcher, tried to frame it there, could not. Stoffel already ready. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Off speed, waited for, fouls it. We'll do it one more time. Ryan Fowler getting the catch for Jay Stoffel today. Gotta have to be happy for him. Seems like Fowler's been catching a lot of the community college guys. Finally gets a chance at the D1 Stoffel as he stops a pitch in the dirt, 2-2. You love to see him catching a lot of the community college guys because he has experience with pitchers that don't have as much control as guys like Stoffel. As Stoffel fires a pitch high and inside and the count's full. Now, though, he gets to work with the D1 Stoffel, who was the Sunday guy for Oregon this past year. So it's great experience for Fowler, the catcher. Here's the 3-2. Grounded, left side, coming in, making it is Frazier. He'll throw over to first, dodge off the bag, makes the catch, but tags the runner in Halverson. And they get the out. Halverson's arguing that he was safe. Kes Castro, the first base umpire. Home plate umpire today, Isaac McAllister. McAllister was actually the umpire that threw out Coach Richards earlier this season, so McAllister getting to umpire again against Springfield. But Chris Castro is the umpire in question here. He was the first base umpire that made the call. Halverson right now standing at first, and they converge and they call him out. So Halverson's out on a 5-3 ground out. He's now 0 for 1 with the run and walk. I'll bring up Nick Hovland. One out, bottom of the fourth. 3-1 the Drifters lead. Stoffel on the mound. Gave up one run in the second on the RBI hit by Aaron Parker. First pitch. Misses low and inside, and it's now 1-0. Hovland 0 for 1 with the fly out to center field. Reeder didn't have to move too much. Here's the 1-0. Hovland looks at it, misses below the knees, a curveball from Stoffel, and it's now 2-0. Stoffel had a 1-2-3 first inning, has allowed a hit in each of the past two, just the one run. He'll miss again low below the knees, and now Hovland has a 3-0 count.
Only one walk issued today by Stoffel. That was Halverson back in the second.
Here's a 3-0. Looked at, called a strike. Fastball on the low outside part of the plate. 3-1. Stoffel today, just one walk. And he'll throw a strike, low outside part of the plate. Hovland thought he was headed to first on a walk. Instead, he has a full count.
It's a full count. Hovland now has to protect.
Here's the payoff pitch. Bounces in. Fowler stops it in front of him, but Hovland's headed over to first. Second walk by Jay Stoffel. And a runner's aboard with one out for the Black Bears. So here's Cade McGee, the first baseman, 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. It's the first out in the outfield for Isaiah Thomas. But now he has Hovland at the plate. Stoffel working out of the stretch again. First pitch is going to be popped up in the infield. Coming in is Dane Frazier calling everybody off. He'll make the catch right on the mound. One pitch, one pop-up, and two are gone here in the fourth. 3-1 Springfield leads after a 3-run top of the fourth inning. Stoffel got back on the mound, has issued one walk, but has gotten 2 outs. Now he'll have to face off against Aaron Parker, who got the better of Stoffel back in the second. Had a runner at first, similar situation, a runner at first who had reached via the walk. Parker hit it right down the right field line, able to bring the runner at first in to score an RBI double for Parker. Fastball inside, misses.
Parker now 8 for his last 18 at the plate.
Aaron Parker, the younger brother of Ben Parker, the Drifters outfielder. The 1-0 fouled off the mask. 1-1. Was talking to Ben Parker on who he thought was the better baseball player between the two. Said his brother Aaron. Aaron, of course, goes to UC Santa Barbara. Ben, he goes to Whitman, so a D1 school compared to a D3 school. Although Ben Parker, he claimed that he definitely bloomed a little later than Aaron. Breaking ball in the dirt, low and away, and it's now 2-1 to Aaron Parker. Can definitely agree, Ben Parker, he wasn't the biggest guy in high school, but has since grown into a massive human being since being in college. He's taken weightlifting very seriously. He just has massive muscles. Here's the 2-1. Parker is going to lift this towards right field. Thomas sprinting over towards the line, looking up, and it drops out of play. 2-2. Aaron Parker is trying to go down to right field one more time. There's a little too foul. 2-2 the count. Big game number 2 tonight. Springfield just a half game back from Cowlitz. They're looking to win tonight, win the series overall, move up in the standings. Cowlitz started the year off to a hard start, but has since lost a lot of games. 2-2 the count. Stoffel set at the waist. Here's the pitch. Off speed inside. Fowler's going to throw it to second. The throw is on money. Ryan Fowler throws out the runner in Hovland, and that'll do it for the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-2-3 they go, but Fowler guns him out at second as we head now to the 5th inning. 3-1 Springfield leading. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream.
Number 13, Matt Boyer.
Top of the 5th inning, 3-1. The Springfield Drifters currently leading. Mac Moyer, Cannon Reader, Trevor Anson, 9-1-2 up for the Drifters as Moyer shows bunt, pulls back, and it's 1-0. Mac Moyer, his first time up, he lined it to left field. It was caught by Canton, the left fielder, and then Isaiah Thomas, who was at first after he got aboard with the single, didn't realize the ball was caught. He ended up getting doubled up, and Moyer hit into a double play. A L7-3, they call it. But it was a tough situation. Thomas was sprinting off on a hit-and-run situation. Didn't realize the ball had been caught. It was the inexperience for Thomas, at least playing baseball in the past year. His first game back in 374 days. Here's the 1-0 to Moyer. Doesn't show bunt this time as a curveball breaks away, and it's now 2-0 to the lefty hitter. Moyer, an incoming freshman at University of Oregon. His dad, former big leaguer Jamie Moyer, is actually here in attendance today as Moyer looks at a pitch inside, and it's now 3-0. Oftentimes, players, when they get to play in front of their parents, play a little better. See about Moyer today as the 3-0 misses inside, and man, Hardman, he's a guy that really doesn't walk a lot of batters. That's just his 3rd walk of the year, his 2nd tonight. had his first walk in his last outing. But man, a 4-pitch walk to Mac Moyer.
At the top of the lineup, here's the center fielder number 7, Cannon Reeder.
So this will bring up Cannon Reeder. So you go from one incoming Oregon Duck to now an incoming Oregon State Beaver. As Cannon Reeder comes up to the plate, 1 for 2 today with a single in his last at bat, last inning. Throw back to first. Moyer in there safely. Hardman, he's been keeping an eye on the batters and runners today for the Drifters. Hardman comes set. Here's the first pitch to Reeder, and it hits him right on the back. He'll throw his bat towards the dugout. A little bit painful for Reeder, but he'll take the free trip to first, and the first 2 batters are aboard via the walk and via a hit by pitch. So a tough 5-pitch inning so far for Ryan Hardman, the right-hander. Has yet to throw a strike as there's a little bit of action in the bullpen for Cowlitz. And here's Trevor Anson, who's today 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run. Anson showed bunt, pulls back, but the ball gets past Parker, the catcher. Heading over to second is Reeder, over to third is Moyer. And now 2 runners are in scoring position. Normally, with runners at first and second, nobody out, the Drifters are going to show bunt them down, and have runners at second and third with 1 out. Now Anson won't even have to square it up. The Drifters get runners in scoring position via the pass ball, and now this will be a mound meeting. Hardman getting talked to for the second time today. Disastrous innings so far for Hardman. His first 3 innings, he was flawless. He had faced the minimum, gotten a couple of double plays on the 2 hits he issued. Last inning, 4 hits and 3 runs. Did leave 2 runners stranded as he got a out from Sheehan O'Connor to pop up in the infield. But has run into trouble so far in this inning. He'll have to face off against Anson with a 1-0 count. But 2 runners in scoring position, and Anson's red hot. His last 3 hits, he's gotten aboard, or last 3 at bats rather. 3 singles for Anson. The infield's going to come in, hoping to prevent any more runs. The Drifters lead 3-1 here in the top of the 5th. The 1-0. Anson looks at it, misses outside, and it's now 2-0. So Hardman has yet to throw a strike in this inning. He has thrown 7 straight balls. Here's the 2-0. Finally throws a strike, and it's now 2-1. So Hardman, he was great through the first 3, ran into some trouble last inning. They put him back out there for the 5th. He's looking to prevent any more damage. Gave up 5 earned runs on 5 hits in his last outing. So far today, 3 earned runs and 6 hits. Anson looking to change that. Hardman will step off the mound. He'll hop back on. Dane Frazier, he's on deck. Hardman set. Here's the 2-1. Anson fouls it into the mid of Parker, 2-2. Anson, the Seattle Red Hawk, originally from Wilsonville, Oregon. Hardman, the right-hander. Here's the 2-2. Off speed. Just inside. Home plate umpire Isaac McAllister today, and it's going to be a full count. Really good pitch from Hardman, right on the black on the inside part of the plate. But the count is full. Big time at bat here. 3-1 the score. Here's the pitch. Blowing away, and now Anson's aboard. And for the 2nd inning in a row, Hardman has walked the bases loaded, and nobody's out here for the Drifters. Last inning, it was the top 3 guys in the order. Cannon Reeder, Trevor Anson, and Dane Frazier to get aboard. This inning, it's the 9-hole hitter Moyer that got the party started with a walk. Cannon Reeder was then hit by a pitch, and Trevor Anderson just walked. It's impressive that Hardman had 2 walks in this inning after he only had 1 walk on the season entering today. But Hardman's day is over, and we're going to step aside and take a break and find out who the new pitcher is. But when we come back, bases loaded, nobody out. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Back here, and the new pitcher on the mound is Andrew Del Biagio. He's going to be the right-hander set to face off against Dane Frazier with the bases loaded, nobody out. Drifters looking to execute with the bases loaded for the second straight inning. 3 runs last inning as the first pitch to Frazier lifted foul. 0-1. So Ryan Hardman's day is over. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs so far. 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. He's responsible for all 3 runners on base right now. Del Biagio, he's the man called in to try to prevent any more damage. Frazier today, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. That walk last inning loaded the bases. Looks at a pitch, fastball away, 1-1. Frazier came around to score in that inning last inning. It's the 3rd run of the inning for the Drifters. They lead 3-1. 6 hits today for Springfield. It's a team that has been struggling to pull together hits. Today, an offensive explosion. Frazier looks at a pitch, misses low, and it's now 2-1 to him. Yeah, and Dane Frazier on the road, he's a different animal. 3 for 30 now in his at-bats on the road. That's over 400 on the year. He's really turned it on as of late. Impressive series against Yakima. Great start yesterday. Looks at a pitch, fastball down and away, and it's now 3-1 to Dane Frazier. Had the 2 for 5 day last night with the double. Hitless so far today, but he's got a good eye. He's already aboard with the walk earlier. Has a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Frazier lifts this to center field, deep. Ziegler going back towards the track. He's looking up, and he'll make the catch along the track. 2 runners are going to tag as Moyer sprints in to score. Reeder heads over to third. It's a sac fly by Dane Frazier, and the Drifters extend the lead. It is 4-1. So 1 run comes in McMoyer. Reeder heads over to third. Now runners at the corners, 1 out, and here's Jake Dodge. Jake Dodge 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout. Looks at the first pitch, cold, a strike, 0-1. Dodge, that strikeout was with the bases loaded and nobody out last inning. Has another spot for an RBI chance here. Here's the 0-1. Dodge lifts it foul. 0-2.
Hit by a pitch back on opening day. Game number 1 against the Black Bears. He did not play in the next 2 games. So far this season, 317.
Dodge, 7 RBIs overall on the year. If he lifts one deep to the outfield, he could get number 8 on a sac fly. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1-2 to Jake Dodge.
1-2 now the count. Hovland playing even with the bag at third.
Dodge is hitless today, but he is a guy that is really hard to be hitless against. Only 2 games out of 16 he's played in, he's been hitless. Ball bounces in, runner going to second, and the throw is going to be in time. But coming in to score is Cannon Reeder. As the runner in Anderson sprinted over to second, the throw went there from Parker, but because the throw went to second, Reeder was able to sprint home, and the Drifters extend the lead. It is 5-1. Now the bases are cleared, 2 outs, and Dodge is at the plate with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Dodge golfs at it, swung right through it, and Del Biagio gets the final out. Overall, though, Springfield scores 2 runs in the inning, no hits overall, as we head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-1 the score. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream.
Now batting.
3 runs in the 4th inning, 2 runs in the 5th inning, and the Springfield Drifters enter the bottom of the 5th, leading 5-1. They trailed early on 1-0, but they were able to pull together some runs. Last inning, 2 runs and 0 hits. Just the way the cookie crumbles. As now Jay Stoffel gets back on the mound. First pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball by Aaron Parker, and it's 0-1. So Parker was at the plate last inning. And Hovland tried to steal second. Fowler at the plate gunned him out. It was an impressive throw as Parker takes a pitch low and outside, and it's now 1-1. Fowler was able to gun him out as the pitch was a curveball. So even despite the breaking ball coming in a little bit slower than a fastball, Fowler was able to pop up and throw it to second. Parker a big rip through that one, and it's now 1-2. Parker still just 1 for 1 with that RBI double back in the second. Getting a second at bat here as Stoffel has done a great job settling in. The 1-2, low and away, and it's now 2-2. This has been a common theme for the Drifters pitchers this season. Springfield, it seems like as their starters go on and get better and better as the game goes on in the later innings. Stoffel has been really settling in since that first time through the lineup. Curveball outside. Fowler there to stop it in the dirt. So the count is now full. Taryn Parker, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stoffel trying not to issue a walk. Here's the payoff pitch. Grounded left side, high chopper. Frazier fields it on the chop, throws over to first, and Dodge can't pick it as it hopped 1 hop to the first base bag. It was a bang-bang play, but Parker's there around the same time. That's going to be the second error today by Springfield. Frazier, the last time he started at third base, he had an error against Yakima. He threw the ball into right field. Now he throws it over to first. Dodge can't field it correctly. The leadoff man's aboard via the E5. So bring up Seth Sweetchick. 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Stoffel fires a pitch low and outside. 1-0. Sweetchick now just 3 for 33 at the plate this season. Talk about a guy that really hasn't been able to pull together some hits. The 1-0, looked at, away. Fastball outside, 2-2. Sweetchick, he originally went to Kansas University, then announced that he's going to be transferring to Middle Tennessee after Middle Tennessee's hitting coach decided to leave to Nevada in the past couple of weeks. Sweetchick is as well, as this one's fouled off back, 2-1. So Nevada, they just got a new head coach. Their head coach, he then left, went to TCU. Big upgrade there. Stoffel throws the 2-1, and that one misses. Low outside, 3-1. So the new manager at Nevada is Jake McKinley. New manager there, McKinley. He was actually the 12U coach of Julian Hernandez, a pitcher for the Drifters. Throw back to first. Parker there safely. So McKinley putting together his staff, and one of them was the Middle Tennessee hitting coach, who's bringing over Seth Sweetchick. Here's the 3-1. Looked at above the letters, and now aboard with the walk is Seth Sweetchick. And the first 2 batters are on for the Black Bears. Parker moves over to second. Sweetchick at first. And here's your untraditional 9-hole hitter, and Ben Ziegler. So far today, 1 for 1 with the single. He's 4th in the WCL in batting average with a .351 average. First pitch to him, cuts right through it, fouled it right into the mitt of Fowler. 0-1. 4 doubles and 10 RBIs on the year for Ziegler. Got his hit today after going 0 for 4 yesterday. They moved him down to the 9 spot today after that 0 for 4 performance. The 0-1, looked at, called a strike right at the knees, low outside part of the plate. 1-2. Ziegler, it was only his second hitless streak, or hitless game rather, in 3 games. On a little bit of a cold streak despite the high batting average. Stoffel going to have to step off the bump and hop back on the hill. Looking for a big first down here. 0-2 the count. Parker at second. Sweetchick at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Just outside, 1-2. Ziegler, an outfielder from Yavapai College. Seen several Yavapai athletes in the WCL. Community college that competes with Central Arizona. The 1-2 going to be lined towards center field, and it'll get down. Reeder comes in. They're waving Parker. The throw from Reeder in center field, not going to be in time. Parker scores as it's an RBI single for Ben Ziegler. And the lead is now 5-2 for the Drifters as the Black Bears crawl a little bit closer. So Parker sprints home. Sweetchick heads over to second. Still nobody out, and here's Sam Canton, the leadoff man. Stoffel's had his number today As Stoffel's gotten 2 strikeouts swinging to the left fielder. First pitch to Canton, curveball drops in for a strike, and man, was that disgusting from Stoffel. 0-1.
Again, struck out on 3 pitches in the first.
Just the 3rd hit of the game for the Black Bears. They were hitless last inning, but they get a hit here in the 5th, and the first one brings home a run.
7 for him. Sweetchick with the lead off at second.
Stoffel steps off. He'll hop back on. Parker reached via an error, so it won't be an earned run for Stoffel.
260 in his last 5 games.
But nonetheless, second run comes in for Cowlitz, and it's a 3-run game.
Performance last night.
Still nobody out, and Canton does represent the tying run. He'll pop this one in the air, and it drifts out into the bleachers. 0-2. Canton, an outfielder from Port Orchard, Washington, 5'11", 190 pounds. Went to Gonzaga this past year as a freshman. Appeared in 2 games and had 2 at-bats. He had 2 hits in both of his at-bats.
Right-hander takes a look back at Sweetchick at second.
Here's the 0-2. Off speed, check swing, did he go? Fowler throws over to third, and now it goes into the outfield. Fowler's going to argue for interference. Moyer throws it to the plate, and sliding in safely is Sweetchick. They're going to score. Fowler's going to argue that there was interference. But they don't call interference on Canton as he was standing in the box. Field umpire argues the call. The Drifters can't believe it right now. Richards talking with Isaac McAllister. Again, McAllister was the umpire that tossed Richards earlier this year. So there's already a little bit of bad blood between the two.
Count now at 1-2.
So 1-2 is the count. They say that he did not go on the swing. Now Hessler's going to go talk things over with Stoffel. So as the throw into third, as Sweetchick headed to third after the ball was in the dirt, Fowler gunned it to third. He made contact with Canton, who was at the plate. The ball went into the outfield as Fowler was jarred with the hit on the throw. It prevented or allowed Sweetchick to then sprint home. That's the 3rd run of the game for Cowlitz. 5-3 the score now. Ziegler headed over to second on the play. So it's a 2-run game with a runner at second and Ziegler. Hessler calms down Stoffel. Looks like a little bit of action for Springfield. Stoffel trying to get out of this 5th inning. 5-3 the Drifters lead. Springfield scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th to make it a 4-run game, but Cowlitz has answered with 2 of their own. The 1-2, fastball fouled away, and we'll do it one more time. Stoffel still searching for that first out here in the bottom of the 5th. The Black Bears have the tying run at the plate in Canton, but he's 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Here's the 1-2. Fastball away, and that's what they've been showing. Fowler, he's been popped up on the outside part of the plate. Back-to-back fastballs high and away. That one nowhere near the zone, and Canton took. On deck is Brock Brosette. Reached on an error on his last at-bat.
Advantage over this Drifters team.
Here's the 2-2. Curveball drops in, and he got him looking. It's the sombrero for Canton. Stoffel picks up strikeout number 3. This will be 4. Third one against Canton. And he'll bring up Brock Bozette. So runner at second in Ziegler. Bozette at the plate. 0 for 2, although he did reach via the air the last time up. That was back in the 3rd.
Stoffel takes a look back at Ziegler out on second.
First pitch to Bozette, off speed, drops just below the knees. 1-0.
Great crowd here on Saturday evening at Story Field.
Game 2 of the series. Springfield won yesterday 6-5 against the Black Bears. They came back, scored 2 runs in the 8th to take the lead. They held on for the victory. They lead right now 5-3. Curveball, second pitch. Drops low and inside, and it's now 2-0.
Getting away from the fastball here. Third time through the lineup. A lot of control with a lot of
There's been a lot of questionable calls today. Teams from both sides have not been too pleased with the officiating today.
The first 4 have reached, 2 of the first 4 have scored.
Here's the 2-0. Fastball inside, high, 3-0. Plans for today was Jay Stoffel and then Austin Anderson. Stoffel, this is his final outing with the Springfield Drifters. His innings are up for the summer, and Oregon wants him to rest. The 3-0 in there for a strike. Low outside part of the plate, 3-1. Stoffel trying to close this inning out, have a solid ending to his final Drifters outing. 3-1 the count, 1 out, runner at second.
3 for 5 performance for him last night.
Here's the 3-1. Looked at, called a strike. 3-2. So Stoffel battles back after being down 3-0. Makes the count full. Bozette yesterday, 3 for 5 with a run and an RBI. On a 12-game hit streak.
Austin Smith, the right fielder, on deck for the Black Bears.
The 3-2. Going to be lined towards the shortstop. O'Connor goes back a few steps and it carries him into the grass as he catches the line. Back to second is Ziegler, and the second out is recorded on a line out. Weak contact from Bozette. It's an L6.
And here comes Smitty.
This brings up Austin Smith, the outfielder from UC San Diego. Smith today 0 for 2 with the line out and a ground out into a double play. 5-3 the Drifters lead, bottom of the 5th inning. 2 outs for Stoffel, looking to get that final out. First pitch to Smith, going to be lined out towards right field. Thomas sprinting after it towards the line, and it drops right on the chalk. Smith is going to second as coming in to score Ziegler. The throw from Thomas is going to get there in time at second. They tag out the runner, and Smith, heck of a throw from right field, but the runner came in to score just before the out at second. 5-4 is going to be the score on the RBI hit from Austin Smith, but he's out at second after the throw came in from right field. Overall in the inning, 3 runs for the Black Bears, 2 hits overall. We now head to the 6th inning, 1-run game, 5-4 the score. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Top of the 6th inning. It's a brand new ball game. 5-4 the score. Springfield was leading by 4 runs as they entered the bottom of the 5th, but 3 runs came in for Cowlitz in that inning, and it's a 1-run game. Ryan Hayes, Ryan Fowler, and Isaiah Thomas due up. First pitch to Ryan Hayes, breaking ball inside, and it's 1-0. Hayes so far today, a strikeout and fly out. He sees the pitch, miss low and away from Del Biagio. 2-0 to Hayes. Hayes, this is his 2nd game back since June 15th. The 2-0, he's going to line towards left field, and it gets through the 5-6 hat. And Hayes is aboard with the single. So Hayes, he went 1 for 2 on Tuesday in his first game back. Now 1 for 3 with a leadoff single here in the 6th. And it brings up Ryan Fowler, the catcher. Fowler had a 2 RBI single in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 today after grounding out to the pitcher, or to the first baseman rather, in his first at bat. Cuts through the first pitch to him, and it's 0-1. It's a great sight to see for Ryan Fowler. He's an extremely talented defensive catcher. In fact, at a young age, in the early years of his high school, he was one of the top elite defensive catchers in the Pacific Northwest. Pitch misses outside, it's now 1-1. And they appeal, and they say that Fowler went around, so rather than being 1-1, they're going to say that Fowler checked his swing, and it's now 0-2. Richards now talking with McAllister again. This is a lot of history goes back between these two. Richards is arguing. McAllister heads back to the, or sends Richards back to the dugout. It's a warning for Tommy. We'll see if Tommy gets tossed later on. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch to Fowler. Gonna get jammed and flares it over to the third base side. Hovland there to make the catch. And Fowler's out on a weak contact pop-up. First out is recorded here in the 6th. Heading back to first is Hayes. So a pop-up to the third baseman. And here's Isaiah Thomas. What a day back to the batter's box for Isaiah Thomas. He's 2 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats since June of 2021. A look at a slider away. They backpick to Hayes at first. He's in there safely, 1-0. Thomas, he had an RBI hit in his last at bat. Both his hits have been singles. Hayes leads off a little bit more this time at first. Covering there is Cade McGee. 1-0 the count to Isaiah Thomas. Here's the pitch. Slider, he fouls off, just got a piece of it, 1-1.
Thomas here today, 2 for 2. The pair of singles picked up an RBI.
So Thomas, he went 0 for 2 against Mississippi State in his final game ever as a Vanderbilt Commodore. He was hitless 0 for 4 in the game prior to that, and so it took him all the way until today to get that first hit in 376 days. The 0-2. High and away, and it's now 1-2. Thomas looking for a new start in the Pacific Northwest. And it's great that he gets to play with the Drifters in Springfield as he gets acclimated to the Eugene area. 1-2. Slider cuts right through it. Thomas well fooled on that pitch from Del Biagio. Second strikeout for Del Biagio. Second out is recorded, and it'll bring up Sheehan O'Connor. O'Connor today 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts, 1 in the outfield, 1 in the infield. As Ryan Hayes standing at first after his leadoff single. It's the 7th hit today for Springfield. They lead 5-4 in the top of the 6th. O'Connor fouls this one away. 0-1. So Del Biagio, he came into the game for Ryan Hardman. Did a pretty good job. Got the final 3 outs in that past inning. Will come set. Here's the 0-1. O'Connor lines it towards right field, sprinting over to Smith, and he'll catch it on the run in the alley. And the inning is over. Just the leadoff single for Ryan Hayes as he's left stranded at first base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Springfield leading 5-4. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Jay Stoffel is back on the mound for the Springfield Drifters as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. A first pitch to Callan Halverson in there for a strike. Fastball low outside part of the plate for Stoffel. And it's 0-1. Quickly, Stoffel gets set and fires a ball that bounces into Fowler, 1-1. So Stoffel, he gave up 3 runs last inning, not all 3 earned. Only 2 of them were earned. It was a tough inning for the Drifters. Stoffel now fires a pitch, misses, and it's now 2-1. So the Drifters, they're hoping to get as many innings as they can from Stoffel, hoping to get this 6th inning for him in this 5-4 game. Halverson fouls off the pitch, and it's 2-2. Halverson today 0 for 1, reached on a walk and came around to score back in the 2nd. Now up for the 3rd time today. His team trailing by 1 in this huge game in the WCL South. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Stoffel gets a strikeout to start the 6th, his 5th strikeout of the day, and Halverson is now 0 for 2. Bring up Nick Hovland, the 3rd baseman.
And now batting your 3rd baseman, number 38, Nick Hovland.
So a 5 strikeout day for Stoffel, as the first pitch to Hovland is fouled away, 0-1. Hovland 0 for 1 with the fly out and a walk. Tried to steal in the 4th, but was gunned out by Ryan Fowler. So an 0 for 1 day on the base paths. Hovland gonna flare it out towards right field. Thomas sprints after it and can't get to it. He'll cut it off in the line, knocks it down. Hovland digging for 2 as Thomas picks it up, throws it into 2nd. And now Hovland's into scoring position. He is the tying run, and he's standing at 2nd. 5-4 the score, the Black Bears with a double and 1 out. And I'll bring up Cade McGee, the first baseman, who today is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. It's the 2nd double issued by Stoffel. The first one was an RBI double. That was by Aaron Parker. So here's Cade McGee. Standing at 2nd is Hovland after the 1-out double. 5-4, Stoffel trying to keep it that way. First pitch, fastball called a strike, 0-1. McGee yesterday was 0 for 2 with the strikeout. He's only had 5 hits and 35 at-bats this season. Only has 1 hit in his last 15. Stoffel fires a slider low, 1-1. So McGee on a cold streak. Some could say he's due. Stoffel, he'll come set at the waist. Here's the 1-1. Lifted in the air, and it drifts foul behind the plate. Out of play. 1-2 the count now. Flag right now in center field, blowing into the plate. Stoffel comes set again. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Stoffel checks second a couple of times, comes to the plate, swing and a miss. McGee goes down on a strikeout. 6th strikeout today for Stoffel. And I'll bring up Aaron Parker. Parker today has reached both times he's come to the plate. An RBI double in the second, reached via an error and scored last inning in the 5th. As a runner at second in Hovland, 2 outs, 5-4 the score. First pitch from Stoffel, slider swung on and missed, low and away, 0-1. So Stoffel now has 6 strikeouts, had a 6-inning, 7-strikeout performance against Walla Walla 2 games ago. Now looking to go 6 innings and get out of this inning with the lead. 5-4 the score, the Drifters lead. The 0-1, Parker looks at it, called a strike. 0-2. Stoffel 1 strike away from getting out of this innings jam and tying his season high for strikeouts. Stoffel looks locked in. He'll come set at the waist. The 0-2. Fastball outside part of the plate and it misses. Stoffel thought that was going to be called for strike 3. He's looking towards the dugout. Now he'll hop back on the bump. Yeah, this is Stoffel's final outing as a Springfield Drifter. Hoping to make it a big one. 1-2. Bounces in the dirt. Fowler gets it for the plate. He'll throw to third, and the ball gets out of Frazier's glove as Halverson steals third safely after he's being aggressive on the base paths. Fowler did keep it in front of him, popped it quickly to third. But the ball squirted free. And now 2-2's the count. 2 outs, runner at third. That's the tying run, 2. Here's the pitch. Lifted towards right center field. Pretty deep. Reader's looking up, and it's out of here.
A 2-1 shot for Aaron Parker. It's second home run of the year. Goes over the wall in right center.
Go ahead 2-run shot for Aaron Parker. Yeah, the RBI double in the second. Had the first run last inning. And now he's the go-ahead run here in the 6th. And it looks like this is going to be it for Jay Stoffel. A valiant effort for the right-hander. The Hessler's coming out to the mound, and we're going to get a new pitcher here at Story Field. 2-run shot for Aaron Parker. The Black Bears take the lead 6-5. We'll step aside during the break. Let you know who the new pitcher is. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. 6-5, Cowlitz currently leads after the go-ahead 2-run shot by Aaron Parker, the brother of Ben Parker, the Springfield Drifter outfielder. It ended Jay Stoffel's day, 5 2/3, 6 hits overall, 6 runs came in, although only 3 of them were earned. 3 walks for Stoffel and 6 strikeouts, but couldn't get that final out here in the 6th. First pitch from Austin Anderson, the new pitcher on the mound, runs inside, and it's 1-0 to Seth Sweetchick, who today struck out in his first at-bat, walked and came around to score last inning. Fouls off the 1-0, and it's now 1-1 from Austin Anderson. So we go from one Roseburg pitcher to another. Anderson and Stoffel, both from Roseburg. They both went to Umpqua Community College, and guess this? They're both going to Oregon next year. Anderson fires an off-speed in there for a strike, 1-2. Anderson committed to Oregon in the past couple of weeks after a successful career at Umpqua. Sweetchick gonna pop this up into left field. Mac Moyer, the left fielder, under it. He'll squeeze the glove, and the inning is over. Anderson comes in and gets a fly out to end the bottom of the 6th inning. But we head to the 7th. Cowlitz leading 6-5 on the 2-run shot by Aaron Parker, the second hit of the inning for the Black Bears. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream on YouTube. Top of the 7th inning, 6-5, the Cowlitz Black Bears lead. It was a 2-run shot by Aaron Parker with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Stoffel was 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Instead, it's a Black Bears lead, 6-5, a 1-run game. It's been all over in this series. Getting another great finish here today in Longview. Mac Moyer steps up to the plate. He's the 9-hole hitter, followed by Cannon Raider Trevor Anson. First pitch to Moyer, misses low and away, and it's now 1-0. Moyer today lined into a double play back in the 3rd, reached via the walk in his last at bat in the 5th. He came in to score. The 1-0 Moyer looked at, called a strike, and it's now 1-1. So Mac Moyer yesterday got the sac bunt, off to an 0-for-1 start today. Just 6 hits overall in the year. A look at a pitch missed from Del Biagio outside. It's 2-1. He's 6 for 31 overall. He's batting below the Mendoza line now. The 2-1, Moyer lines it away. 2-2. So Moyer, he'll be headed off to Oregon next year after playing his high school ball at IMG Academy in Florida. IMG, one of the most prestigious high schools out there for athletics. Moyer, one of those athletes. The 2-2, high and away, 3-2. You have to be a really, really good athlete to play at IMG, and well, that'll just show you how good Mac Moyer is. The 3-2, line towards left field, pretty hard, and going back and making a catch on the line is Sam Canton. Hard contact opposite field, but Moyer is out on a line out. Second time today, he's lined one down the left field side. Canton there to make the play, and the first out is recorded here in the top of the 7th. Cowlitz only has 4 outfielders overall, but all 4 of them have done a great job switching roles and playing for the Black Bears. Here's Cannon Reeder, who sees a pitch miss over his head, 1-0. Reeder, the last time he was up, he got hit by a ball right on the back. It was his second time reaching base. Ended up coming around to score. Reeder today, his stat line, 1 for 2 with 2 runs and a single. Slaps this one foul, 1-1. Reeder, his parents are here as well as Mac Moyer. Mac Moyer, we mentioned his dad, Jamie Moyer, the former big leaguer. He's here in attendance today. Cannon Reeder saw his parents again. They've been making a lot of trips to go see their son. The 1-1, Reeder's going to slap it towards right field. Ranging over is Austin Smith, and he sees it go out of play for a foul ball. Saw the Reeders in Yakima. We saw the Reeders in Corvallis. Also saw them in Springfield. Now I've seen them here in Longview. Been traveling all around to see their son. Reeder's family, very involved in his life. Very nice people. In fact, when the Drifters went out to Bend, they hosted the Drifters, fed the whole team a meal. 1-2 the count to Cannon. Here's the pitch. Outside from Del Biagio, and it's 2-2 to the young freshman.
Big credit to him coming in with the bases loaded. Only allowed 2 runs to score.
Reeder now has 6 hits in his past 20 at-bats. Nice stretch for him. The 2-2, fastball misses away, and it's now 3-2 to Cannon Reeder, just outside for the pitcher. Del Biagio came in, got the final 3 outs in the 5th inning. Allowed 1 hit to Ryan Hayes in the 6th as Reeder fouls this off. We'll see another pitch. So far, got the first out here in the 7th. Trying to get Reeder at the plate. It's a full count with 1 out. 6-5. Cowlitz currently leading after they took the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning, rather. Springfield, 3 runs in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th to go up 5-1, but it's been 5 unanswered runs for Cowlitz since. 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. It's been an up and down overall series. Been a lot of really fun games that have gone back and forth between these two clubs. Game 5 is shaping up to be a good one. Reeder waits on a breaking ball and lines it on the ground to left field. Reeder's aboard for his 2nd time today on a single, 3rd time overall. And now a tying run in Cannon Reeder at first. Brings up Trevor Anson, who's red hot at the plate. So far today, has reached twice via the single and once via a walk. So a 2-for-2 day with a run. He's gotten aboard in his last 4 at-bats dating back to yesterday. Reeder at first. First pitch to Anson, fouled off his leg, 0-1. So Anson's now on a 4-game hit streak. He's been struggling at the plate this season, batting below the Mendoza line. But in those past 4 games, he started to heat up. Today is the first multi-hit game during that stretch, as he's just had 1 hit in each of the 3 games prior. But not off today with 2 straight singles. Scored in the 4th after singling. Reached via the walk last inning, or the 5th inning. Fastball high, throw back to first. Reeder in there safely. 1-1. Springfield out hitting Cowlitz today 8-6. The Cowlitz currently leading by 1.
6 runs on 6 hits for the Black Bears. A lot of them have been extra base hits. Black Bears had 2 last inning. They have 3.
Throw back to first. Reeder in there safely. Still waiting the 1-1 is Anson.
Similar situation to what we had last night. Black Bears led by 1 going into the 8th inning. They now lead by 1 going into the 7th inning.
Here's the 1-1. Reeder's going to go. The pitch low, and Reeder heads back to first. Thought about going initially. 2-1.
Reeder posing a lot of problems with his speed over at first. Athlete, 6 feet, 100.
Springfield today, 8 hits overall. All 8 have been singles. 2-1. Anson going to line this down the left field line, and it's just foul. Just left of the chalk. Anson's going to head back to the plate. I think this has been a good plate approach for Springfield. They haven't been getting the extra base hits. Cowlitz, they've been making a living off the extra base hits today. But Springfield, this is a team that has really struggled to pull together some hits, and I think that just being a more contact team is more their style. Think about Trevor Anson, a guy that had really been struggling at the plate. There was a stretch where he had 6 hits overall, and 3 of them were extra base hits. Since then, he's got it going with the contact. Anson's going to fly this out towards right field. Austin Smith under it and right. He'll make the catch. Heading back to first is Cannon Reeder, and the second out's recorded here in the 7th. Anson gets under that one, and he'll bring up Dane Frazier. Frazier today, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. Since then, a walk and run in the 4th and a sac fly RBI hit in the 5th.
Starting to warm up in the Black Bears bullpen.
Reeder leads off a little more at first.
Frazier digs in. Righty on righty matchup.
Reeder's going to go on the first pitch. The first pitch high and inside. The throw from Parker in time at second. Reeder's out on a throw out by Parker. And we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Drifters trailing 6-5. Reeder out on the gun out. Just the 1 hit for him. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Post-stretch time here at the bottom of the 7th inning. The Springfield Drifters currently trailing the Cowlitz Black Bears 6-5. Ben Ziegler, Sam Cannon, Brock Bozette due up as the first pitch swung on and missed by Ziegler, 0-1. Ziegler today 2 for 2, a single and another single, had an RBI hit in his last at bat in the 5th. Austin Anderson back on the mound as the right-hander throws outside and away, 1-1. Anderson came into the game and got the final out last inning after Stoffel went 5 2/3. Couldn't get that final out in the 6th. Anderson throws a pitch called for a strike on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. It was a tough day for Stoffel as that final batter that he faced was Aaron Parker. And Parker sent it over the wall, a 2-run shot to take the lead. Anderson throws a pitch that misses low and inside, and it's now 2-2.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see Alex Brady in the 8th inning.
So Austin Anderson now seeing his first full inning of relief, and he'll start it with a strikeout. Ziegler goes down as Anderson picks up strikeout number 1. First out's recorded in the bottom of the 7th. 6-5, the Black Bears lead. 1 out, nobody on. Austin Anderson, this is going to be his final outing with the Drifters as well. Just came to play a little bit before heading off to Oregon next year. Pitch comes in for a strike, 0-1 to Sam Cannon, who today has struck it out 3 times. The 0-1 off speed called for a strike, and Cannon starts down 0-2. Cannon so far has the sombrero. Anderson looking to give him the golden sombrero. The 0-2 looked at, misses just outside, and it's 1-2. We'll have to see another pitch if we're going to get a golden sombrero here.
Set up a little too far off the outer half, though. Here comes the 1-2.
Here's the 1-2. Grounded to the left side. O'Connor, the shortstop, fields it on 2 hops, throws over to first, and that'll do it for Ken. First time today he doesn't strike out. Still a sombrero for him. Second out is recorded for Austin Anderson. So bring up Brock Bozette, the shortstop. 0 for 3, but the only time he reached was via an error. That was back in the 3rd. Austin Anderson, 2 quick outs. First pitch to Bozette, he'll show bunt, bunts it foul. 0-1. So Austin Anderson, this will be his final day as well with Stoffel. He came on the team because of Jay Stoffel. Stoffel brought him up saying, hey, I think you should face off against some D1 players in the WCL before you face off some D1 players at the University of Oregon. Anderson agreed as he starts ahead 0-2 to Brock Bozette as Bozette cuts through that one. It's been successful for Anderson. His last outing, 3 innings, 0 hits overall. That was against Victoria on Monday. He'll fire a pitch that misses well outside. 1-2. Struck out 1 batter and allowed 1 runner on. It was 10 batters faced for Anderson, but 9 outs. Impressive stuff for the right-hander. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Austin Anderson, including 2 strikeouts overall. We head to the 8th inning, 6-5, Cowlitz leading. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Top of the 8th inning, 6-5. The Cowlitz Black Bears currently leading, and they're going to throw out a new pitcher. It's going to be the left-hander Alex Brady, the former LSU pitcher. He'll replace Andrew Del Biagio, who went 3 innings, allowed just 2 hits, 0 earned runs for Del Biagio, and he struck out 2. Really, really solid relief innings for him. And it was big for the Black Bears as they were able to come back in that span. Scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. They lead 6-5 here as we begin the top of the 8th inning. Dane Frazier, Jake Dodge, and Ryan Hayes due up for the Drifters. 3, 4, and 5, the meat of the order. First pitch to Frazier, misses outside, and it's 1-0. Del Biagio, a really good effort. Brings way for Alex Brady. The 1-0 to Frazier. Lifted in the air towards the right side. Austin Smith drifting over towards his left. He'll stop under it, makes the catch. And out is Frazier on a flyout. Frazier hitless today. Now 0 for 2 with a sac fly and a walk. Gonna bring up Jake Dodge, who today is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Lefty on lefty matchup. 1 out, top of the 8th. 6-5, Cowlitz leading. First pitch to Dodge, grounded to the right side. Fielding it over is Sweet Chick. He'll flip it over to first. McGee is there. And Dodge is out on a ground out to second for the second time today.
Now there's 2 gone for Ryan.
Quickly 2 gone, and it brings way for Ryan Hayes. Hayes today singled in his last at bat. 1 for 3 overall with the strikeout. So this is Alex Brady's 11th game overall in the year. All 11 appearances out of the pen. Has a 1-1 record, a 4.84 ERA. First pitch to Ryan Hayes inside, and it's now 1-0. Had a 4 earned run performance against Ridgefield back on June 18th, but other than that, he's been pretty good out of the pen. He's only given up runs 2 other times. Ball bounces in. It's now 2-0 to Ryan Hayes. So Brady currently in the transfer portal, went to LSU this past year. Transferred there from Lower Columbia College here in Longview. So he's playing back here at Story Field. After having a great career as a Red Devil. Pitch comes in for a strike to Hayes on the low outside part of the plate, and it's 2-1. He was the best reliever when he was at LCC.
It's his second game since June 15th, 2-1.
Here's the 2-1. That one bounces into Hayes, and it's 3-1.
Tying run to reach via the walk.
He had 6 saves overall in 31 innings at Lower Columbia. Struck out 38.
Brady's 3-1.
The 3-1.
Catches the outside corner.
Called a strike on the outside part of the plate on the corner. 3-2 to Hayes.
Pitch coming up here with 2 outs.
2 outs, top of the 8th inning. Full count to Ryan Hayes. 6-5, the Black Bears lead. Here's the pitch from Brady. Hayes gets jammed, splitted foul. Do it again.
Ryan Fowler
Fowler, the catcher, on deck.
on deck if it should get to him here. Top of the 8th inning.
Always love it. You get both the Ryans in the lineup today. Hayes getting to wear the number 10. Both of them catchers, both of them named Ryan, and both of them have worn the number 10 with Springfield.
3-2.
The 3-2 drops just low inside. Brady thought he was heading to the dugout with the strikeout. Instead, Hayes is aboard with a walk.
That one just missing inside.
It'll bring up Ryan Fowler now.
Given up by Alex Brady since
And we're going to get a pinch runner. Jalen Ray's going to go and pinch run.
pinch hitter.
Your attention, please. Now pinch running at first base. Number 2, Jalen Ray.
Jalen Ray.
So Jalen Ray comes in for Hayes.
Now batting for the Drifters, the catcher, number 44, Ryan Fowler.
So Ray at first, a little bit more speed than Hayes, who's coming back after that knee injury. Fowler coming to the plate, a lefty-on-lefty matchup with Brady. On deck is Isaiah Thomas.
We're at first. A lot of speed. Central Arizona Vaquero.
2 outs in the inning, runner at first. Fowler comes to the plate, 1 for 3 with the 2 RBI single back in the 4th.
Going to the bench here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Runner at first.
First pitch to Fowler. Lifted towards right field. Going back is Austin Smith. He's now towards the line, stops under it, makes the catch, and Fowler's out on a flyout. The inning is over. So Ray's left stranded at first after the 2-out walk by Ryan Hayes. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cowlitz looking for some last-minute insurance. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. The Springfield trails by 1. Bottom of the 8th inning. Cowlitz currently leading the Springfield Drifters 6-5. Springfield, they had a 5-1 lead. It was a 4-run lead. But in this series, no 4-run lead has been safe as the first pitch from Austin Anderson comes in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Austin Smith, Callan Halverson, and Nick Hovland due up for the Black Bears. As the 0-1's grounded to the shortstop, picking it up is O'Connor. He'll throw over to Dodge at first, and the first out is recorded, a 6-3 ground out. So we'll bring up Callan Halverson, who today 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a walk, and a run. One out, bottom of the 8th inning. 6-5 Cowlitz leading Austin Anderson. Man, has he come to the game and gotten some great relief efforts? It's the first pitch, slider inside, called for a strike, 0-1. Anderson came in for Jay Stoffel, got a final out in the 6th inning, and then had a excellent 7th inning, 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. 1-1's the count now to Callan Halverson. He's coming off a 1-for-5 day yesterday. Swings and misses as Anderson gets a fastball to run inside, and it's now 1-2. And Anderson, impressive in his last outing, 3 innings of 0-hit ball. The 1-2, blowing away. Fowler there behind the plate to stop it, 2-2. Quite the combo today for the Drifters on the mound, and Jay Stoffel and Austin Anderson, both Oregon Ducks. The 2-2 fouled away on the slider. See another pitch. Really awesome that Stoffel was able to bring Anderson up to the Drifters, even if it was just for 3 outings. This one runs high, and that's something that we'll see a little bit of from Austin Anderson. When he's on, and he can get some big-time strikeouts, but as we've seen, he's thrown a couple of balls well out of the zone. That one high above the head of Fowler, the catcher. Here's the payoff pitch, lifted in the air in the infield. Fowler, the catcher, calling everybody off. He's now at the line, makes the catch, and he'll get it over Dodge. Halverson pops up. He's now 0 for 3. So we'll bring up Nick Hovland. There's now 2 outs for the Black Bears. It's their final chance to get some runs before the top of the 9th inning. For Springfield, it's going to be Isaiah Thomas, Sheehan O'Connor, and Mac Moyer. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Drifters. As the first pitch from Anderson's fouled off by Hovland. 0-1. Hovland in that 6th inning, he had a 1-out double. That was from Stoffel, put him on at second. He was the tying run at the time. 2 batters later, after a McGee strikeout, Aaron Parker came up to the plate. He was looking for a hit to tie the game. Well, he had a hit to go ahead and lead the game. Check swing. They appeal to first, and at first, Chris Castro says that he did not go around, and it's 1-1. So Parker had a 2-run shot, put the Black Bears ahead, 6-5. Here's the 1-1 from Anderson, bounces in. Fowler can't stop it. 2-1.
Now a hit in 3 of his last 6 starts.
Here's the 2-1. Looked at high. Fastball from Anderson, 3-1. Hovland is 19th game of the year. 3-1, grounded to the left side. O'Connor fields it on a backhand, throws over to first. Nice play by Sheehan O'Connor. And it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th inning. Austin Anderson stays perfect. We head to the 9th inning. The Drifters looking to tie it or go ahead in the top of the 9th inning as they trail 6-5. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. It is do or die for the Springfield Drifters as they begin the top of the ninth inning, trailing 6-5. It's going to be a new pitcher on the mound for the Cowlitz Black Bears. It's going to be the right-hander, number 9, Jaden Williamson. He'll come in for Alex Brady, the left-hander. Through one inning, walked only a batter. I got 3 outs after that. And now it's going to make way for Jaden Williamson. He's 1-0 on the year, a 2.38 ERA. He pitched against Springfield all the way back on game number 1. Through 3 innings, struck out 5 batters to the 9 that he faced. Then he came in game number 3 of the series. Cowlitz had just taken the lead 8-7, came into the game, faced 3 batters, struck out 1 of them. Began his year really, really well. His first 7 outings, 0 earned runs. However, his last 2 outings, 2 earned runs in 1 inning against Victoria, 1 earned run against Portland 2 days ago. So, Williamson, the right-hander, 6'5", 220 pounds from Longview, Washington. Plays his games here at Story Field for the Lower Columbia Red Devils. And he has a tough task. Isaiah Thomas comes up to the plate. Sheehan O'Connor, Mac Moyer follow Thomas, 7, 8, and 9. As the first pitch to Isaiah Thomas, fastball in there for a strike, 0-1.
Alex Brady doing his job as the setup man in the 8th. 1 inning.
Williamson, 14 strikeouts and 11 1/3 this year. He'll throw a pitch low and away, 1-1. Isaiah Thomas, he struck out in his last at-bat. That was after he got aboard with back-to-back singles in the 3rd and 4th. Had an RBI on that hit in the 4th. 1-1, gets away from Williamson outside, and it's now 2-1 to Isaiah Thomas. I think despite the play in the 3rd inning where he didn't realize that Mac Moyer flew out on the hit-and-run situation, I think he's had a really successful day in his first game back since the 2021 College World Series. There's the 2-1, fastball high and inside, and it's now 3-1 to Isaiah Thomas. Thomas loosening up a little bit, shakes it off and heads back into the box. 3-1 the count, 6-5 Cowlitz leading. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Inside, and the leadoff man's aboard with a walk. Williamson, 10 walks entering today, his 11th of the season. We're now going to have a pinch hitter. So Sheehan O'Connor is going to get replaced by Michael Soper. So Soper comes in for O'Connor. They replace the Everett Community College shortstop with Soper, the infielder from Lynn Benton Community College. So here's Soper. Comes in for O'Connor, who's 0 for 3 today. Runner at first in Isaiah Thomas. He's the tying runner. Soper at the plate. And he's going to show bunt. Gets it down the first base line. Williamson comes over to get the ball. He'll sprint to first, tap on the bag. But Soper does his job, a sac bunt. As Thomas now the tying run in scoring position. So bring up Mac Moyer. Moyer today, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run.
Now batting, left fielder number 13, Mac Moyer.
Only has 6 hits in his last 32 at-bats. Williamson throws over to second. Thomas there safely. Still waiting the first pitch is Moyer. On deck is Cannon Reeder. You got the University of Oregon commit and the Oregon State commit back-to-back.
2 RBIs here this year. Open stance from the left side.
First pitch to Moyer. Fastball low and away, 1-0.
Moyer hit .459 for IMG this past season in 16 games.
Just 2 RBIs this year for Mac Moyer. Get number 3 right here, it'd be huge. 1-0. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate, right on the black. 1-1.
Thomas last night was the winning run in the 6-5 Drifters after he came in scoring the Trevor Antonsen 2 RBI single. He now represents the
Here's the 1-1. Called a strike. Moyer can't believe it. 1-2.
Big pitch here for Jake Williamson. Going right after the 9-hitter.
Mac Moyer, he's been hitless in half the games he's played in this season.
On deck.
He's hitless tonight. He's also due.
Takes a look back at second.
The 1-2. Fastball away. It's a close pitch. Nicely executed by the pitcher in Williamson. The count evens to Mac Moyer. It's a huge game today. A lot riding in this WCL South matchup. Cowlitz half game in front of Springfield. The 2-2 below the knees. 3-2. Cowlitz took 2 of 3 in the series in Springfield. The Drifters took game number 1 here in Longview yesterday. The 3-2 pitch. Moyer stays alive, fouls it away. Isaiah Thomas at second. He represents the tying run. Mac Moyer at the plate, the go-ahead run. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 9th. 6-5, the Cowlitz Black Bears currently lead. Williamson working out of the stretch, comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. Got him looking. Moyer goes down on a backwards K, and the second out is recorded.
As he sits down, Moyer, and the Drifters are down to their final out this evening. It'll come down to Cannon Reeder.
First strikeout for Williamson, and it brings up Cannon Reeder. Reeder today, 2 singles, 3 at-bats total. Also was hit by a pitch, 2 runs overall in the afternoon. First pitch to Reeder. Called a strike. Thought about pulling the trigger, did not, and it's 0-1.
2 for 3. A pair of singles, a ground out. He also got hit by a pitch.
Reeder, an excellent day in the leadoff spot today.
Williamson's 0-1.
Thomas is going to go. The throw from Parker goes to third, and Thomas is there safely. The pitch was a slider away for a ball. 1-1. Thomas, risky base running, but it pays off. And now it puts a pass ball in play. We've seen a ball from Williamson in that first at-bat against Thomas get past the catcher Parker. Now it just adds a little bit more to this at-bat. The 1-1. Reeder lines it towards center field. Going back and not making the catch is the center fielder Ziegler. Reeder's digging for 2. He'll stop there at second. It's an RBI double for Cannon Reeder, and the Drifters tie it in the 9th. What a game. Cannon Reeder coming into today, half his hits had been for extra bases. He had a couple of singles, evens it out with a double here in the 9th. RBI double for Reeder, and it brings up Trevor Anson, and all of a sudden it's a 6-6 game. And the go-ahead runs in scoring position with 2 outs. Williamson can't get it done again. First pitch to Anson, fouled away, 0-1. Anson flew out in his last at-bat. That ended a 4 at-bat reaching base safely streak for Anson. He had a walk after 2 singles in the first and 4th after that go-ahead 2 RBI single yesterday. Can Anson be the hero one more time? 0-1 the count, Reeder at second, 2 outs. The pitch to Anson, and it's outside and low, 1-1. Anson's on a 4-game hit streak.
Roberson won for the Black Bears in the left field bullpen. Williamson at the belt.
The 1-1 to Anson, lined over to the head of the shortstop. It gets down. Reeder's going to tap on third. He sprints in to score. Trevor Anson's now going to second as there's a bobble in left field, and he gets there safely. Anson's the hero again, and the Drifters take the lead. It's 7-6.
Trevor Antonsen for the second night in a row gives the Drifters the lead late.
Late inning magic for Springfield.
They call it a single for
So Anson, an RBI single, his third hit of the game. Advances the second as there's a little bit of a bobble in left with Canton. And up to the plate, Dane Frazier.
7-6 here with 2 outs in the top of the
10th hit of the game for Springfield as they lead by 1. First pitch to Frazier, lined right into the Drifters dugout, foul. 0-1. Frazier today, an offer. Had a sac fly in the 5th and a walk and a run in the 4th. Other than that, a strikeout and flyout. Anson standing at second, 0-1 the count, 2 outs, 7-6 Springfield leading. Pitch to Frazier, cut on and miss, 0-2. Man, this series has been all over the place. This game, Springfield was leading 5-1. They surrendered the lead after 5 straight runs for Cowlitz. Well, the Drifters retake the lead here in the 9th. Frazier gonna line it to right field, and it gets down. Smith cuts it off in the alleyway, but coming in to score is Trevor Anson, and the Drifters extend the lead. It is 8-6 off the bat of Dane Frazier.
That will bring out Alan Embry. And that's going to be it for Jaden Williamson.
Bring out a mound meeting here with Williamson.
Coming with
3 runs in the inning for the Drifters, all 3 coming with 2 outs, and that's going to do it for Williamson. We'll step aside and take a break, find out who the new pitcher is, but the Drifters lead 8-6 after a 3-run top of the 9th inning. Still have another out to work with. Frazier going to be at first. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Welcome back to Longview. The Drifters lead 8-6. New pitcher on the mound is Bailey Roberson, the left-hander from Hope International. Roberson comes in for Jalen Williamson, who allowed 3 earned runs on 3 hits. Also got 1 strikeout and walked a batter. We're now going to get a pinch hitter at the plate, as Jake Dodge is going to get replaced by Cade Christ. So Cade Christ steps up to the plate as a pinch hitter. Frazier over at first. The first pitch to Chris, in there for a strike, 0-1. So Jake Dodge's day is over. 0 for 4 for Jake Dodge, his 3rd hitless game of the season. Really impressive for him. 14 games where he has had a hit, only 3 games where he hasn't. The 0-1 to Chris, runs away. It's now 1-1. So up to the plate is Cade Chris on the year, a .268 batting average with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs for Cade. The 1-1 going to be hit in the air and fouled away. 1-2. Cade Chris goes to Tacoma Community College, where he's looking for a new home right now. He's had a few offers, been fielding different opportunities throughout the summer. Expect him to commit to a school by the end of the season. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch coming up to Cade Chris.
1-2.
Inside low.
2-2.
Inside 2-2.
Black Bears wanted to get 2.
So Roberson, the left-hander from Hope International. Overall in the year, 4.38 ERA in 12 1/3 innings. 14 strikeouts. The 2-2. Grounded to the left side. Coming in is Bozette. He'll throw over to first and gets Cade Chris by a half a step. And that'll end the top of the 9th inning. But the Drifters take the lead 8-6. It was a huge inning for the Drifters as the 2-out hitting pays off. Reeder, Anson, and Frazier. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Drifters looking to close it out with Austin Anderson. You're watching the Springfield Drifters here on the Drifters live stream. Welcome back to Longview. Springfield trying to win this game and win the series. 8-6 they lead as the first pitch in the bottom of the 9th from Austin Anderson misses low and inside, and it's 1-0. Cade McGee, Aaron Parker, Seth Sweetstick due up for the Black Bears. The 1-0 jammed up inside, fouled back, 1-1. Cade McGee today 0 for 3 with a strikeout swinging in his last at bat. He's 0 for his last 5 in the series. There's 1 hit in his last 16 at bats. Anderson throws a slider that's popped in the air towards the right side of the field. Jake Dodge, rather Cade Chris, the newly improved first baseman, can't get to it. It's 1-2. So Cade Chris over at first base after he came in and pinch hit for Jake Dodge.
Austin Anderson.
Defensive replacement there. Cannon Reeder in center field. Isaiah Thomas in right field. Moyer in left field. So the outfield remains unchanged.
Back on July 4th. Here comes the 1-2.
Here's the 1-2 from Anderson. Looked at and not going to be called a strike. Just outside on the outside part of the plate on a black. 2-2. McGee will see another pitch. A great pitch from Austin Anderson. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off just barely. McGee stays alive. So far, Austin Anderson, he's done a great job since coming in for Stoffel. He's seen 7 batters and has retired them all. The 2-2. Grounded foul. We'll see another 2-2 pitch. Anderson trying to go 3 1/3 to close this one out. Springfield leading 8-6. 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning to take the lead. The 2-2. Got him looking on the inside part of the plate. McGee's down via the K for the second time today. Strikeout number 3 for Austin Anderson, and now 1 is gone in the 9th.
Stepping up to the plate, your catcher, number 34, Aaron Parker.
And here's big bad Aaron Parker. RBI double in the second. 2-run home run to take the lead in the 6th. Sandwiched in between that, he reached via the air and scored a run. He's been a menace today and looks at the first pitch for a strike. A slider on the low inside part of the plate, 0-1.
starter today.
Parker, the last batter that has yet to face off against Austin Anderson, as he looks at a pitch, missed just outside, 1-1. 8 up, 8 down so far for Austin Anderson. The 1-1 comes in, swing and a miss from Parker. Flew right past him, a fastball high, and it's 1-2.
Now have to protect.
It's the final outing of the year for Austin Anderson, and he's hoping to go out with an impressive performance to end his Drifters career, and he gets a strikeout here from Parker. Back-to-back Ks, and 2 are gone here in the 9th. 4th strikeout overall for Austin Anderson, and in steps Seth Sweetchick.
9 up and 9 down for Austin Anderson.
Now batting the
Anderson's been perfect, 9 up, 9 down.
up for Seth.
Trying to get the 10th batter here in Sweetchick.
0 for 2 with the walk.
Swing and a miss from Sweetchick, 0-1. Sweetchick today struck out in his first at bat, walked and came around to score in the 5th, but flew out back in the 6th. The 0-1, outside, 1-1.
Black Bears have
He
one.
was the first batter to face off against Austin Anderson. Could be the last one. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Anderson got him to chase, and now Cowlitz is down to their final strike. Springfield leading 8-6, bottom of the 9th inning.
Taking
Can Springfield close it out and win their 2nd straight come from behind victory?
division of the West Coast League.
1-2, here's the pitch. Grounded left side, and it gets past the third baseman Frazier's glove.
Seth Sweetchick.
And Sweetchick gets his 4th hit overall in the year. He was 3 for 34, make it 4 for 35. And the Black Bears have hope.
He picks up the base knock.
They're down to their final strike. Anderson was perfect, 9 up, 9 down.
Center fielder number
The
26.
10th batter, he had to face off against Sweetchick one more time. Couldn't get that final out, couldn't get that final strike. And in steps Ben Ziegler, who's currently 4th in the WCL in batting average.
Misses inside.
First pitch, low and inside, 1-0.
First base runner.
Ziegler today, 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run, and a strikeout. Had an RBI hit back in the 5th. As runner at first, 2 outs.
Working out of the stretch. The pitch.
Anderson throws a pitch outside, and it's now 2-0.
It's the first time that he's had
So this is the deepest that we've seen Austin Anderson go. He hasn't faced the 2nd time through the order too much with the Drifters. And now Fowler, the catcher, going to go talk things over with Anderson. What a game do we have here in Longview. It's been back and forth. Springfield led 5-1. Cowlitz came back, took the lead 6-5, and then 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning for the Drifters as they lead by 2. Ziegler, the tying run at the plate.
2 outs and a runner at first down.
The 2-out hit by Seth Sweetchick.
Pitch.
Ziegler cuts through the 2-0.
Good spot on the outer.
Nice pitch by Anderson. 2-1. The right-hander working out the stretch, throws in a pitch that misses inside, and it's 3-1. Springfield began the week with a walk-off against Victoria. Had to come from behind yesterday as the 3-1 is swung on and missed, and we have a full count with 2 outs here in the 9th.
We have a full count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Springfield came back yesterday. They were down by 4 runs. Today they entered the 9th trailing. Now they lead by 2. The payoff pitch fouled away, and we'll do it again.
On the left side.
Doesn't get more intense than this. 2-run baseball, tying run at the plate, full count, 2 outs.
To the final outs. There's Cowlitz Black Bears.
Huge game today. Springfield half a game behind Cowlitz, trying to move up. The 3-2. Looked at, got him looking. Austin Anderson picks up his 3rd strikeout of the inning, his 5th overall in the game, and the Drifters snag this series and game number 2, 8-6. Huge win for the Springfield Drifters. They come into Longview, they win the game, and they move up in the standings. They send Cowlitz home with loss number 18 as Springfield improves to 14-18. Huge win for head coach Tommy Richards and the Drifters. It was looking grim entering the 9th inning. They scored 3 runs, and with 2 outs, Cannon Reeder got it done. An impressive game today for Springfield as they get the victory and the series win overall. Springfield has now won 3 out of their last 4 series overall. Really impressive stuff for Coach Richards in the game as they're starting to heat up a little bit. Their only series loss was to Yakima Valley, and that was the series against Yakima in Yakima. But other than that, Springfield's been doing a pretty great job. They win this game overall 8-6. They win this game 8-6 today against the Cowlitz Black Bears. They win the series overall, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. It is going to be a 105 game for the Springfield Drifters as they look for their first ever sweep as an organization. They start the second half off to the year, off to a great start. They're 5-1 overall, and they're looking to go 6-1 tomorrow. So that'll be it for us here in Longview for tonight. We'll see you back at it tomorrow, 105, as the Drifters win 8-6 in a come-from-behind victory.